I would absolutely recommend Nectar to anyone who asked, and I would even be influential into yelling their names from the top of the roof or the top of the highest mountain. Not only are they very talented at what they do, they give me the respect that I'm looking for as a customer. And at the end of the day, they're just all cool people that it's fun to be around. So anytime, any time of the day, any time of the year, I will recommend Nectar. My name is Chris Baltuznik. I was the e-commerce transformation and operations leader at Owens Corning. Essentially, I led all e-commerce operations and transformation, right? So it was anything digital that was consumer facing, I tended to touch, grow, and own, which came with Amazon, right? So Owens Corning, we are a manufacturer of insulation, roofing, components, and then recently with an acquisition, it became doors. So anything building materials, industry leader, high growth, high organization, B2B organization that was looking to explore the digital realm. The team was very responsive and very talented. So we had dedicated resources, not only for like project management and communication, but also for ad management, for content. So they have expertise in every single aspect of online selling as it pertains to Amazon. There was, I used to look at myself as somewhat of a knowledgeable force on the Amazon advertising and marketing side. And the resources that Nectar had that gave us, that were available to us, I learned so much just from our account person, specifically on the advertising side. And due to that, we were able to steal substantial share in our category by targeting competitors, by just being positioned in a place where our target demographic was searching. And just seeing that from my standpoint, from leadership standpoint, it really drove credibility. To give you some background, when I was trying to stand up Amazon all on my own, because we didn't have an established Amazon business, I was working with a account guy, and him and I were working long nights, long hours, where he finally came to me and said, Chris, you can't do this by yourself, because I was a one-man team internally. And that is where he recommended a couple agencies, and one being Nectar. I talked to some of the agencies on the phone, talked to Jason. Nectar stood out. It would just, with all the capabilities, everything that you guys had going on. I saw some testimonials, I saw some highlights, I saw some content, and I was sold. And just having that recommendation from Amazon was what was able for me to sell that within the organization. Now, as I looked to stand up Amazon and Nectar was coming on to manage our platform and account, Nectar did go the extra mile in terms of they gave me advice on how to establish a consignment selling model, which was new to Owens Corning, and we hadn't had that before. They really just invested in us before we were even really paying them, to be honest with you. So it's that whole customer first mentality driving growth, not only your company growth, but your customers' growth, any way you can, any means necessary. Having somebody from Amazon specifically say this agency Nectar is the one you need to consider, I mean, that was very impactful. And within our organization and a lot of large organizations like us, we have a ton of agencies that we work with. So the internal mentality is always, well, can't we just use one of the agencies we have? But the problem with that is Amazon is a different beast, right? In terms of how content plays, in terms of how marketing plays, overall platform management than a lot of other channels. So having that expertise specifically for Amazon that Nectar has, that's what was the real selling point, and that's what pushed me over the edge. I can even give you a for instance of that mentality that you guys had. That was a huge selling point for me in terms of wanting to work with you at the time and continuing to want to work with you, is that, at Owens Corning, we were kind of dipping our toes in the water to determine what was our best stance within Amazon. So our account was very small for a long time being. And even with that being said, we got attention from both of your co-founders, from Jason, from Dan, and then all the way up the ladder just to check in on us, to see how everything's going. And again, you guys have had significantly larger clients in terms of what's driving on revenue than us, but we still got the mentality and felt that we were an important customer to you.